Alright guys, I like to make one-shot videos on my phone. I don't like to edit. So I've got everything apart already, just to make sure it's going to go the way I planned. It's a 150 horse Mercury L6 tower power from mid-70s. And I need to change this timing belt. What I did is I got the number off the actual old belt. See how it's all cracked? And then I googled it and I came up with this one. It looks right, so I guess I'll find that out in a minute. I already removed everything. You gotta remove the cover. Over here on the flywheel, you've got these bolts, and this plate sits on top. And then you've got this plate underneath. Before I took anything off, I marked like this mark here where that goes. I just put little scrapes and marks on everything so that there's no way I can mess it up, because I'm not gonna like do top dead center. I'm gonna try to do this the not recommended way. The motor runs, so the way I figure it is like right now, see, I got a mark here, and that corresponds to this seam right here. I used this is just a 3/8 drive impact with a 15/16 socket. That socket, it fit the flywheel nut, and it also fits the puller tool. I got this off Amazon for like 20 bucks or something. Worked real good, and I didn't need a lot of force. This because I have a 1/2 inch drive, but this 3/8 one worked fine, and it popped it up. And the crankshaft hasn't moved, and I've got the belt marked. That little scrape piece goes right against this, and then that mark right there goes to here. And then in case this spins, I've got this keyway lines up with, I don't remember now, but I got a mark here that corresponds to this mark. So I got extra marks. My plan now is to just try to pull this up and get the new belt on with the same amount of teeth between this point and this point. I don't know, I could totally screw this up, but I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna try to lift this straight up. Move it in. I'm gonna set it down exactly how it was oriented. That mark was freaking bees, man. So that mark goes there, and it's on that tooth, and then this mark goes between these two teeth right on that one. So I'm gonna move it over here. Let's see. I'm gonna pause this and make my marks. I'm just gonna lay it on top and try to mark it real quick. Okay, I've got my marks. So basically what I'm looking for is this little mark there is gonna go to there. Yeah, I really hope this works out, because I'm trying to make this like a 10-minute job, not a... Alright, give me a minute. Okay, that was a little bit sketchy. What I ended up having to do, because the new belt's too tight to get this on, I just popped this bolt out here, and once I lifted it off, I made another mark on the pulley here to make sure I get it right, and then I had to slide this down. So what I did is I slid this down with the belt, and then I lined up. You see that number 6 there gets lined up with right on the edge of this, and then I've got a mark here that corresponds to here. There's a dowel pin here that keeps this orientated right, and then I've got a mark here, which corresponds to here, and then I verified over here that this mark still lines up with this seam, so it's good. I just got to put it back together now, and that's just a matter of let's see, I got to put this bolt in here, and for now that should be good. I don't want to do too much. It's a tiny bolt. Okay. And yeah. This puller, you're going to want to put grease on it, otherwise you'll damage the thread. So just put grease on the threads of the bolt there. This is this, and I didn't look up the torque yet. I'll do that after. Like I said, it's 15/16. I'm just going to get it all back together for now, snug everything, and then I'll do torques. That's not what you're here for. I'm sure that you can figure that part out. Okay, so now that moved, but it doesn't matter because it's still got the belt on it. And just move it back so that I can check and verify my other marks. That's lined up there. Now this, I just hung this. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. The stator should just flop back over, like so. I think I'm gonna actually melt my connectors there. Hang on. Alright, those are melted on there. 4 screws, you can see where they were. Even though there's like 8 holes, you'll be able to see which ones had them because it's shiny. These Allen screws here, or these hex screws, are 5/32, in case you need to know that. Okay. Now, for the record, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first boat motor I've ever worked on. I just know that that belt needed to be done. Being an auto mechanic, I know that it really just comes down to getting it back exactly where it was in the first place. So this mark was lined up like this. Yep. And then this piece goes on like this. With the mark. Hang on, I gotta sit you down. And I'd have to say that what I just did is highly not recommended. Okay, so I got this mark here, still lines up with this seam. That mark lines up with this mark, and go ahead and put this mark on, and all my holes are lined up and everything's lined up. So I'm gonna shove these bolts in, tighten them up. I'm gonna go look at some torques and see if it's even a big deal. Otherwise, I'm gonna just tighten them up, and then just put the metal cover back on. And I know it's gonna work, because the only problem with this method is that it is possible to lose track of your marks and everything while you're doing it, and then you're gonna have to start fresh. So I mean, if you got the time and the patience or whatever, I'm just trying to get this done. So anyway, that's my video. Thanks for watching. Later.